This is Zcash, ZEC. There's a lot to talk about here. Now, this is a request by one of my viewers on reviewing this chart for Zcash. Okay, so what has been happening with this coin here? It has been completely crazy because not only did it break above its previous all-time highs, at that was basically set on May 2021. That was a long time ago. And it just basically doubled that. Okay. This is on a very big coin already by market cap. I think it's number 12. It's got I think $10 billion of market cap. Now, is there more room to go for Zcash? What is the next likely move for Zcash? Okay. So there's quite a bit of things to be talking about here. So on the monthly RSI, which is one of the key indicators I will and have been using in terms of scaling out profits, right? If you actually take a look into the monthly RSI here, Zcash is currently at a RSI of above 90, which is very high. This is from 0 to 100. If you actually take a look into the monthly RSI that has happened back in April of 2021, basically the last top for Zcash, it went up to as high as about 77 before dumping all the way down to about, it basically went from about 370 to about $90 in a couple of months. Okay. So that is an indicator that I would very well put a lot of weight on. Okay, that's just what I'm doing personally. It's not financial advice. I am still long on quite a bit of the altcoins here, so my outlook on crypto as a whole overall is bullish. Okay, but there are going to be coins that pre-run the markets that could be running after that runs later in the bull cycle. I think this one has definitely ran earlier in the bull cycle because we don't really see that many coins doing the same things, right? But what I would really pay attention to is the monthly RSI because that tells me that this market has been very overheated and the risk of being in this market is high. Don't listen to me. Just look at the RSI, okay? So what I would do personally if I have Zcash, I don't have Zcash. Okay, what I would do personally is, given that the risk is pretty high in here, right? I'm not saying that you can't make money, okay, in this market, but the risk of trying to make money, more money in this market, is gonna be the risk is very high. If I actually have some Zcash, I will probably scale out most of my profits, most of my positions. If I want to have like a little bit of a moon bag, just to see if this has more room to pump, I will probably just leave like a very small amount in this market and see how much further it can go, right? But definitely not money I can't afford to lose, and definitely not a big portion of my portfolio because that is just too much like rolling the dice, right? So I'm not saying you can't make money in this market still, but it's going to be high risk. I'd rather go for low risk positions like before things have pumped, right? And take profits along the way. That is going to be my strategy going into this bull market. That was the strategy from the last bull market, even though this time around it's going to be a lot more refined process. Okay. So that's basically what I'm seeing for Zcash. If you guys actually take a look into the lower time frames here, you guys can see that there's going to be quite a bit of bearish divergence as well, which usually tells you there's going to be a pullback. This is the weekly time frame that's very overbought with bearish divergence. So I would not be surprised to see some quite a bit of retracement coming from Zcash here. Okay. Let's take a look into even the daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame. I want to emphasize this one here because it could give you a pretty good idea of where the price action could be going in the short term. This is the daily time frame, and you already have a lower high and a lower low. Okay. Now, if Zcash does not break above this upper trend line here, right, then it's gonna set another lower high, right? Probably around $615. If it doesn't break, right, then you can expect a lower low. Okay, then to basically complete this falling wedge pattern. That's what I'm guessing it could do. Okay, and I'm guessing, it's probably going to be hitting the daily 50 SMA, right? If it doesn't break this upward trend line. So something to be paying attention to. And the daily 50 SMA is it's currently at about $400 almost. Okay, I think that would be the next likely support before seeing what happens. Okay, so this is basically what I'm seeing for Zcash. Let me know if you guys want to continue seeing any more of this coin or any other coins in this market by dropping a like, comment, subscribe. I'll pick a request to you for you guys on a daily basis, and I'll see you on the next one.